morning.
Good morning.
Happy Wednesday.
Wednesday indeed.
Wednesday indeed. Hope you had a restful night's sleep. And you're getting going with your day.
That your week is going well.
Abby slept in a new spot in bed last night. She slept on her back between Queenie's pillow and another pillow. And then
She
the
literally had this much space. She became a possum.
She was
something,
just like a
squished
line of dog.
above my head.
Oh boy.
Well, at first she actually was a hat for me. She curled up around my head and then slowly slid off my pillow between two pillows. So it's great.
Well, a couple announcements as well, just in case you're only here for the first bit of the class. If you'd like to take a class a bit faster moving with us, also with some...
For 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, 15 minutes of fast moving and 15 minutes of stretch. Join us today at noon. We're going to be teaching on the Hope for Hearts accounts. And that's actually a charitable organization that we've worked with for almost 5 years now.
Is it? I can't have lost.
I believe this year marks 5 years that we've done stuff with them. They're associated with Sick Kids, the sports medicine program.
Yeah, so free class at noon. It will be on their IGTV as well. Like they will be keeping it. So if you can't make it, check it out. You can find information on our stories. On this account at least, and then we will be posting shortly after class on our own accounts so that people can see it. So if you need an extra bit of movement for today, please join us at noon. It's only 30 minutes, so you can flow with us first and then eat something after.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, should we get started?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start. So in a comfortable seat, cross-legged or kneeling, rest your palms face up. Connect the index and thumb, making chin mudra with your hands. Just allow the attention to move down towards those 2 points. A point between your index and thumbs. And just notice this morning, if you're able to send the awareness down to those points, or if you're a little bit too distracted, the mind telling you stories, making lists. Maybe there's something else in the body that's asking for your attention. Just notice those moments and recognize that even being distracted is part of your meditation. Just very gently nudge the awareness back in the direction of your index and thumbs. And that process might happen over and over again. without changing anything. Just notice the rhythm of your breath here. Did you drop into a longer inhale and exhale? Did things stay a little bit more shallow? Both are okay. If you're feeling a little bit tired this morning, bring a bit more attention to your inhales, maybe even lengthening those inhales a touch. If you're noticing a very busy mind, you're quite distracted this morning, bring a bit more attention to your exhales, lengthening the exhales. So that already, before we add any movement to our practice, we're already on that journey of balancing out our energy. Take one more cycle of breath here. Fill all the way up, expanding the torso. And open your mouth, sigh out that breath. Place the left hand over your heart, right hand over the belly. And again, inhale, fill all the way up, expand the torso. Open your mouth, let it go. Palms connect in prayer, heart center, thumbs rest into the sternum, beginning to the sound of a single Om. Inhale. Bow your head. Blink your eyes open.
All right, let's find a downward facing dog.
I found one.
Yeah. Is this one a dog though? Is she a dog?
Cat dog.
All right. So make sure palms are about shoulder width apart, fingers are pointing forward, and as you lift the sit bones up, you can keep the knees slightly bent. And let's just sway the hips gently side to side. So as you sway the hips, you might feel the weight shift from your right palm to the left. We're gonna come back through center after the swaying. I want you to lift the heels, bend your knees, and then slowly straighten the legs. So again, we're just bending the knees and straightening the legs. Keep your breath flowing nice and steadily. Try to bring more weight to your feet so you're not pushing too much weight into your wrists. So nice and slow, bending, straightening. And you're going to do it one more time here. As you straighten the legs, when you breathe in, next come forward to a plank position. When you exhale, gently lower all the way onto your belly, untucking the toes. Inhale, draw your shoulders back, lift your heart forward into a cobra. Exhale, releasing, just two more like this. Push your legs down, breathe in, lift your heart forward. Exhale, one more time, breathe in, and breathe out. Push into a tabletop on your inhale. Exhale, melt your hips back, come into a child's pose for a moment. Allowing your hips to melt and the resting your forehead downwards. Take a deep breath through the nose. Sigh your breath out. And as you inhale next, come back to a tabletop and then back to a downward dog. From your down dog, look forward when you breathe in. And as you exhale, start to walk your feet towards your hands, coming to the top of your mat. Having your feet together if you can. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Push into your feet, lift all the way up, breathe in, stretch tall. And exhale, release your arms. So you want your legs together, coming into a chair pose. When you inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms forward and up. When you exhale, sit a little lower. When you breathe in, stand all the way up. Breathe out, release your arms. Okay, let's reach the arms out to the sides. When you breathe in, bend your knees, chair pose, arms out. It's good. Exhale, sit a little lower. Inhale, stand all the way up. This time, come to your toes. So lift your heels up. Squeeze your ankles together, balancing on the toes. Take another inhale, reach tall. Exhale, arms out, heels down. Samasthiti, standing in mountain pose. Good. Again, arms out as you bend your knees. Come to chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, sit a little lower. Inhale, pop up nice and slow. Lift your heels, come to your toes. Exhale, heels down, arms up to the sides. We're going to do it one more time. Breathe in, arms up, bend your knees. Exhale, sit a little lower. Inhale, come all the way up. Lift your heels, come to your toes. Exhale, arms out, heels down. Good. Bend your knees, arms out. Breathe in, chair. This time, when you exhale, bring your palms into prayer. Sit a little deeper. Good. I want you to keep your right foot there. Lift your left heel. Good. Balancing on the right foot. Slowly send your left leg back. Bring your left toes to the very back of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Come into a high lunge. You might need to lengthen your stance. Bend that front knee. Push your left heel back. Good. Breathe in, reach up. When you exhale, bring your hands to the hips. When you inhale, straighten your right leg. When you exhale, just lean forward a little bit. Push your bum back. You might add a little tiny bend in your right knee. You might feel the back of the right leg. And you're balancing here on both your legs wide. So hands on the hips will make it a little more challenging. When you inhale next, bend your right knee again. Bring your left hand down on the mat. Reach your right arm up. Come into a twist. Breathe in. Breathe out, release your right hand, bring your left knee down, sweep your arms up again, coming back to a lunge with the back knee on the mat. Melt your hips, bring your hands behind you, hold opposite elbows or interlace the hands, squeeze your shoulder blades together, puff the chest up, melt your hips forward. Breathe. And then when you exhale next, hands release, bring your hands to either side of your right foot, start to send your bum back as you straighten the right leg. Might lengthen the stance if you need. Flexing the toes, your heels, pushing your bum back, lifting your chest forward. Breathe here. Feeling the back of the right leg, now not having to worry about your balance. So focus on the breath, in and out through the nose. From here, we're going to slowly slide our heel back, walk our hands back, untuck your left toes so that you can start to sit onto your left heel. So for some of us, we might just kind of balance on the left heel here, flexing the right toes. You might sit on a block with sliding it underneath your right sit bone. If your left leg allows you to, you might sit inside the left heel and having the left knee still pointing forward. So I want you to just sit for a few breaths here. You might be on the heel, you might be inside the heel. Draw your shoulders back. So you might experience a stretch on the top of the foot, the shin, the quad. You don't want to feel like you're stretching your knee. You might feel a stretch in your right hamstring, your right leg. Just take one more breath here. Now from here, keep pointing your left toes. You're just going to turn your left knee, lean to the right side. Turn your left knee out to the left side. Good, so you're opening up the legs wide and your chest is probably facing about 45 degrees to the left. Walk your hands forward and experience a stretch in your hamstring, your inner thighs. You might not be able to come all the way down, that's okay. Just walk the hands away, breathe. See if you can relax your left leg, your left hip. So you might be squeezing it a little, so it might be uncomfortable. Keep flexing your right toes. Take one more breath. You're going to walk your hands back in. Bring your right hand, hold your left hip. Reach your left arm overhead towards your right leg And you might grab the toe, you might not. You could also bring your left hand to the back of your head and point your left elbow up towards the ceiling. So whatever works for you at this point in your practice or this point in your day. Breathe here. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Can you use a bit of your core strength to pull yourself up? Good. And we're bringing the left knee back towards the front. Keep leaning to the right side and we'll straighten the left leg. Shake it out. Good. Bend the left knee, bring your left foot outside your right leg, and then turn to the left side. It's like something's not right here. Good. You can hug the left leg, lift the chest up. You can bind the left leg if you like. Looking towards the space behind you. Breathe into your twist. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Coming back through center. All right. Releasing the left foot into the air so that your left ankle rests on top of your right thigh. Lean back, bend your right knee so you have your legs kind of in thread the needle or a figure four. Draw your shoulders back, lift your chest up. So puff your chest forward. You can stay here with the hands behind you. You can also thread your left arm through the legs, hold your right shin or right thigh, still lifting the chest up. Breathe. Again, one more breath in, one more breath out. I want you to straighten your right leg. Release the left foot to the inside of your right leg. Lean to the left, sweep your right leg back, and have both knees bent. So your legs are 90-90. So 90 degrees in the left knee, 90 degrees in the right knee. Flex your left ankle, start to walk your hands forward. You might come to elbows, you might stay on your palms. Then from here, start to walk your hands over to the left side. And then again, we're pausing here. Allow your chest to melt towards your left knee. Breathe. One more breath in. One more breath out. You're going to lift back onto the hands if you're on your forearms. Walk your hands forward. And continue to send the right leg back as you lift the hips. Send your left leg back. Plank pose. Take an inhale. When you exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Untuck the toes. Breathe in. Draw your shoulders back. Lift your heart forward. Exhale, release. Two more. Breathe in. Lift the chest. Push your legs down. Keep your neck long. Shoulders are down. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Deep breath. Come up. And exhale, releasing. Tabletop when you breathe in, and a child's pose when you breathe out. On your next inhale, take a deeper breath in. Open your mouth and sigh that breath out. Come to tabletop, and then move into a down dog. Pedal out the heels a little. Feel right leg, right hip, left hip. Right side of the torso, left side of the torso. When you inhale next, look forward. As you exhale, bend your knees. You can walk, step, or hop your feet to the top of your mat. Inhaling to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Sweep your arms all the way up. Breathe and stretch tall. Release your arms by your side. You're going to come right into a chair pose again. Bend your knees, sweep your arms up. Sit a little lower. And lightly press into your toes. When you inhale, stand all the way up, straighten the legs, lift your heels up. So again, you're balancing on the toes. Good, and when you exhale, bring your heels down, bend your knees, come back into a chair. Bring your palms into prayer. Sit a little lower. Left foot stays, right heel, and right foot's gonna lift up. And then start to send the right leg back. And bring your right toes to the back of the mat. Come into a high runner's lunge. Watch your balance, arms reach up. Good. Allow your hips to melt a little bit more. When you breathe in, reach taller with the arms. Exhale, bring your hands to the hips. Inhale, straighten your left leg as you lift the hips up. Exhale, begin to lean forward, pushing your sit bones back. Watch your balance, maybe adding a tiny bend to the left knee. Breathe here. When you inhale next, bend the left knee. Right hand's going to come down to the mat. Lift your left arm up, twist. Turning your chest open, reaching your arms wide, bend the left knee. Push your back heel, your right heel back. When you exhale, bring your left hand down, lower your right knee. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Melt your hips forward, exhale. Bring the hands behind you, hold opposite elbows or interlace the hands. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your heart up. Breathe. One more breath in. Nice long breath out and releasing your hands. Frame your left foot with your palms and then start to push your hips back. Allowing the left leg to straighten a little bit at a time. Don't force it. Feeling the sensation in the back of the leg. Lengthening your chest forward, pushing your sit bones back. Find your breath. Taking one more breath in. Long breath out. Start to walk your hands back. Right toes untucked. Slide your left heel with you. Sit on the right heel first. Kind of assess here. You might have experienced quite a stretch in your ankle, shin, or thigh. You would also slide a blanket, a block, something underneath your left sit bone. Otherwise, you're trying to sit to the inside of your right heel. And your right toes point straight back still. And the knee points straight forward. Good. Left toes can flex. You might feel a bit of an ankle or calf stretch here. And you don't want to really lean to the left side when you have your right sit bone lifted. You should push your right sit bone downwards as well, especially if you have it inside the heel. Good. Breathe. Spine tall. Flexing the left toes. Some of you, this might feel like nothing, no stretch at all. That's great. All right. So from here, we're going to turn the right knee out to the right side. Shift forward a little. Alright, so you're still pointing the right toes. Your legs maybe a little wider than 90 degrees. You're now facing kind of diagonal to the right side. Palms or fingers can come down. You start to walk your hands forward. And don't worry if you can't come all the way down. Just breathe here. Keep flexing the left toes. You feel maybe back of the left leg. You might feel something in your right hip, inner thigh. At the junction where your thigh meets your torso, your hips. Breathe. Next time you inhale, you're going to walk your hands back in. You'll take your left hand towards your right hip. You sweep your right arm up, reach it forward. You may or may not grab the foot, that's okay. You can also bring the right hand to the back of your head. Try to lift your right elbow upwards, getting a side stretch and maybe a bit of your hamstring stretch in your left leg. So, with the leg in this variation, it should be, for some of us, a little easier maybe to grab the toes or at least find our hands closer to the toes than if the legs are in a different variation. Good. When you inhale next, slowly pull yourself all the way back up. And then I want you to bring your right leg, lean to the left, straighten your right leg forward. Shake it up. All right, bend the right knee, bring your right ankle on top of your left thigh, outside your left thigh. Right hand comes behind you, find a twist, wrap your left arm around the right leg, or bring your elbow outside the thigh, or maybe come into a bind. Puff your chest up, look towards the space behind you. Breathe into the twist. And coming back through center. Coming to a figure four first, so ankle on top of your left thigh, lean back, then you can bend your left knee, finding thread the needle, lift your chest up. Stay here with hands behind you. You can bring your legs closer towards your chest or threading your right arm through. Whatever works for you. Spine tall though. Try to find your cow spine rather than cat. So rather than rounding your back, puff your chest forward. Good. Just one more breath here. When you inhale next, you can start to straighten the left leg. Slide your right foot off the left leg. Lean to the right side. Bend your left knee. So legs are 90-90. Ankles can flex. Walk your hands forward first. So you might decide that you're staying here in this version, or you're walking your hands over to the right side. You're trying to melt your chest down towards the right shin, sorry, your right knee, right thigh. Breathe. And as you inhale, walk your hands back through center and lean forward, push into your hands, lift your bum. Left leg goes all the way back, right leg goes all the way back. Come into a plank position, take an inhale, and exhale, lower all the way down. Untuck your toes, breathe in, lift your chest, draw your shoulders back. Breathe out, gently come down. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, coming back. 1 more time, deep breath. Pull your shoulders back, press your legs down. Good, exhale, releasing. Come to tabletop when you breathe in. Gently melt your hips back when you breathe out. Child's pose. Deep breath through the nose. Sigh that breath out. 1 more time, we're coming into down dog. Just to kind of reconnect with the body. Notice how we feel in our downward dog. Notice the legs, your major joints, your spine. And from our down dog, you're going to find your way onto your back. So you can simply bring your knees down. You can jump through if you like. Lying on your back. Take a moment. If you need to stretch it out, you can. If there's any other poses that feels good at this point, you're welcome to it. Otherwise, you're just allowing the body to relax into the ground. Soften your shoulders. Allow each vertebrae of the spine to gently melt into the mat. Relaxing the space between your eyebrows and unclenching the jaw. Letting the muscles of your belly soften. Feeling the weight of your limbs, your arms, your legs. Take a deeper inhale through the nose. Open your mouth and sigh that breath out. Start to move the body again. Curl the fingers, maybe roll your ankles, turning your head, move your arms and your legs. And when you're ready, you can bend your knees, either gently rock up or roll to one side. You try to do this whole process with the eyes closed, finding your way back to a comfortable seated position. Keeping your spine nice and tall. Shoulders are soft. Just a moment here to reconnect with your body. Reconnect with your breath. We'll close our practice with the sound of Om. Gently press your palms together into prayer. Take a deep breath in. Bowing your head. Take a moment. Always thank yourself for making time for your practice. We thank you for joining us. Hope you're able to find some peace, love, and gratitude on the mat. Take that with you. Share it with everyone you interact with. Have a wonderful rest of your day and week. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, comments, don't hesitate. Let us know. Thank you. Hope you have a great day as well. B2 for you. Yeah. How's it going?
Going good.
Namaste, Deanna. Thank you.
So if you joined part way and you missed the first little bits, You can find us again today at noon over on the Hope for Hearts accounts.
Yeah.
We're going to be
So
leading.
it's not on ours, but Hope for Hearts. You can find information on our stories, where to click to find the account. And 30 minutes, it's our signature sweat and refresh. Usually it's not 30 minutes, but we've gotten pretty good at teaching it in 30 minutes since the lockdown.
Exactly.
A lot of classes have reduced time. We used to teach a lot of classes that are like 75 minutes, 90 minutes in real life. In person.
IRL.
But we find, for most people, once we're all stuck at home, shorter practices. Sometimes it's hard to motivate ourselves even just for an hour to be like, okay, I'm going to set an hour aside to do a yoga practice. We notice on our YouTube, the metrics that we see, a lot of people drop off like our longer classes that we post, like an hour. They're
30 minutes.
30 minutes, and they're like, you know what, I'm going to turn it off and just going to go do something else. So 30 minutes, 50 minutes of flow, 15 minutes of stretch. So you sweat and then you feel a little more refreshed after. Exactly. That will be at noon on Hope for Hearts, 30 minutes, and it will be up on their IGTV as well. So if you miss it, you can't make it today, check them out anyways. We will repost it on our stories so that you can find it. And then that's an extra class you can flow to. And they have other classes as well. So thanks Sharon, thanks Cindy, thanks Carol. Sorry we're missing Sarah, Jen, Claudia, First Frame, which is Catherine, Avacadaver, thank you. Yeah, thanks Julia. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll be back on Friday as usual.
For sure.
Make sure you drink lots of water, stay hydrated. Pro tip, add a little bit of Himalayan pink salt to your water. Turns it into a little more mineralized so you can get some of the extra goodies. Yeah. Minerals.
Mm-hmm. Basically an electrolyte drink without buying a Gatorade.
Yeah, that's what I really don't like. Gatorade or any type of tablet-y things in my drink a lot of times, so it's just
I like the Nun tablets, N-U-U-N. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like my water
I like a flavored water from time to time, you know.
Just personal preference. So if you're like me, you don't like extra flavor, pinch of Himalayan pink salt helps you rehydrate and get some good minerals into the body. Yep. With your water.
Exactly. Enjoy the rest of your day.
That's it for now.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for being here. Bye.